And we're live. Hello everybody. We're a little bit, we're squeezing a bit closer. Holly, you come here. So hi everyone. Yeah, we're a bit later than the usual time. Usually we go on live in the morning or around lunchtime. So
that's my fault, sorry.
Not at all, not your fault at all.
To accommodate me.
So I'd like to welcome Holly.
Thank you.
From Viridian.
Thank you very much.
From Ennis.
Thank you for having me.
Are you actually Ennis?
Well, it's a long story.
Oh,
I won't bore you with the details. I live in Ennis.
You live in Ennis. Okay.
Yeah.
So Holly from Ennis, and she has been working with our lovely Viridian. I'll show you the labels so you remember the whole wall in the shop, Viridian. And I'm delighted she's here with us today because we would like to talk about getting ahead of ourselves with the digestive system, with Christmas coming and all the pigging out and all the indulging.
Not that we'll do that.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, never. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much. So we do have an in-store today. If you like to pop by later on, Holly is going to be here till about 4. Yeah, 4 o'clock. So you can come in on anything that you like to talk about. It'd be great to see you. So Holly, when we think about getting ahead of ourselves, doing the New Year's resolution right now rather than in January.
Yeah.
So what do you think what does our digestive system have to go through in general? What is the worst we usually do with all the pigging out? Is it the sugar? Is it the alcohol? What would you think?
The combination of it all.
The combination.
So, yeah, it's definitely the combination, and I think this time of the year it's definitely going to be down to the stress levels. So I think actually number one is going to be combating and managing your stress levels.
Good.
So
yes. Good point.
Absolutely, and preparing yourself in the sense of from here on out. When you're starting to eat your meals, think about mindful eating.
Yes.
So slowing down.
Yeah.
Even, when you're cooking your food, inhale, the different aromas that will start the salivation going in your, in your mouth.
Yeah.
It'll stimulate all the pancreas and the, digestive systems to start secreting digestive enzymes. So it's just so important.
Yeah.
Even, squeezing half a lemon or a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar into some warm water before eating again, that can, help to get the digestion moving.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah. It's the slowing down and being mindful and chewing really well.
So important.
Yeah.
Even up to 20 times at least, per mouthful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we'll chew really slowly. That's important. And now when I think of what's going on a lot is, of course, so the slowing down is really important, the eating proper meals, but now with the Christmas parties coming, so we won't even be cooking as much. So say before I go out now this evening for a drink with my colleagues or for a party or dinner, what could I do maybe for breakfast, or what could I do, in general to prepare my system a little bit, and then I pig out in the evening, but maybe for breakfast and lunch I could do something different to help myself a little bit.
Yeah, well, I suppose even including raw vegetables, they're really high in different enzymes. They're again could be really useful, for preparing your digestive system for that overindulgence later on.
Yeah.
Taking digestive enzymes for some people can be really useful as well. So
would you take them now before every meal, or how would you take digestive enzymes?
For best results, I would half an hour, roughly 15 minutes if you can't quite do the half an hour before you eat, and that can be really useful as well. Yeah.
And how about the sugar? What could we do maybe for, there will be sugar intake, more so, of course, from alcohol and from sweets, cakes, just the sweets that are gonna be everywhere now. So what happens when we eat sugar? We know, it spikes our energy levels, then we get a slump.
Yeah, it leads to like the blood sugar cascade, so it's where the blood sugar really rises, and then you're in for a dip later on. So that's where people are getting like their 3 o'clock slumps, for example. So even simple things, putting cinnamon into your porridge in the morning, that can help kind of balance out the blood sugars. Eating protein-rich meals, and even when you're snacking, try to have a few nuts on hand or something high in protein, just to keep the blood sugars a little bit more stabilised, just to prevent those those slumps.
The slumps, yeah, and maybe even that the cravings mightn't be so strong that we could actually maybe say, no, thank you, I'm good with the sugar this time. Like even if we miss every second one, wouldn't that be a good thing?
For sure. I mean, the ideal scenario is that you'd make your own desserts so you kind of know what's going into them.
Yeah.
But I know that's not, you know, realistic in every scenario. So.
Yeah, and you know, it's very kind of every store and even the banks or wherever you go, there will be now offering roses and, you know, different things, but maybe just again be mindful of not having every opportunity to take it. Yeah,
choose your favorite things and indulge in them, but don't just eat things just for the sake of it, just because it's Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So because come January we will pay the price. So this is really where I'd like to encourage us all to maybe put in the extra walk in the day.
You know, keep your usual exercise regime as normal. You know, don't completely fall off the wagon completely. You know,
exactly. Yeah. And how about foods now? Say again, sugars. So sugar compromises our good bacteria and all that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, what could we eat, do you think, you know, to keep that good bacteria, other than now we could take probiotics, of course, or prebiotics. Any foods come to mind that you would eat maybe?
Yeah, like fermented foods, so things like sauerkraut, which is like your pickled cabbage, kombucha, which is like your fermented tea, I suppose your raw kefir.
Yes, kefir, sorry, I'm not a kefir lover. I can do it.
The coconut one's pretty good.
Coconut kefir, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did have that. Yeah, we can get that in again. Yeah.
I hear you.
And I'm pretty hardcore about the kefir. Is you know, I can do it, but I'd rather not. And how about hummus? That's considered also.
Like more like a prebiotic type.
Prebiotic,
food. So like onions, garlic.
Yeah.
I think is an asparagus, those type foods. Chicory maybe, dandelion, greens. I think things like that.
And so that'll be prebiotics, which is the food for the good bacteria.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Your bacteria can feed on it and multiply.
Yeah, you're kind of encouraging your body to do its own work, as opposed to, you know, which is very useful, introduce the friendly bacteria, of course, you know, through a supplement, but always good to, you know, food first.
Yeah, and I think what's also vitally important is sleep, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course, get the rest in, which I know personally for me isn't going to be a problem over Christmas. That's a top priority.
Sleeping, yeah, very good.
So absolutely, I think get your rest in. Again, you know, if your yoga classes are cancelled, maybe do a bit at home. If you remember a few stretches.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of YouTube videos aren't there now.
Yeah, and like you said, don't lose your routine altogether. Like keep it up, because, you know, I really would like to encourage everyone, including myself, that our New Year's resolution starts on Friday, which is the 1st of December. So when we reach January, we'll be hitting the ground running and we'll be going, I'm halfway there already. So, you know, we don't even have to make that New Year's resolution. And then we'll come to the alcohol. Now, I personally really don't drink a lot of alcohol. I can't. It just doesn't suit my body. I get headaches and da-da-da. So yeah, I love a beer, but it doesn't do so well. But there will be wine flowing, and so it should. It's great. So our livers, I guess, come to mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I suppose, you know, again, if possible, get the organic wines. They're lower in the sulfites. They might reduce the likelihood of getting, you know, a headache the next day. Or else, I mean, there's lots you can do. I mean, even eating your Brussels sprouts. So many people don't like them. They're available now. Don't just eat them on Christmas Day. They're so good for supporting the liver. Turmeric, all different spices like that can help support a healthy
bitters
liver.
In particular, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bitters,
all your greens, for
so,
sure.
Yeah, the dark greens, the bitters like the dandelions, and, you know, squeeze in a nettle herbal or a dandelion herbal.
Water. Drink your water.
Water.
Drink your water.
So with every glass of alcohol, make sure to have a glass of water.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
I know you need to use the bathroom a bit more, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Your kidneys will appreciate it.
For sure. Like there are electrolytes available in like coconut waters.
Oh yeah.
Even like your pink salt. It's
so
pretty.
Pink salt, yeah. It's pink, as Ollie says.
So pretty.
So the Himalayan pink rock salt. Then we have the coconut. The green coconut water is full of electrolytes, like the blood electrolyte count, isn't it? And then
mineral content.
your own electrolyte.
Yeah, we have a sports electrolyte fix, so that's really high, has really high mineral content. So
Yes.
they can to rehydrate where your body is dehydrated. So
Yeah, that's
alcohol
really
will
good.
dehydrate your cells.
Yes.
So keep replenishing them and look
Yeah.
after them.
Look after them. And then if we look at traditionally, milk thistle has been used for a long time for as a liver support, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So would we take it before going out, or how would we take it?
Yeah, ideal scenario, take it beforehand.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if it was a case of you didn't necessarily intend to have a few drinks, you're just going out for dinner, you can always take it the next day. At least that will, you know.
And
go
would we
some
stay
way
on? Would you
towards
stay
it.
on over the maybe? Would you stay on maybe on a bitter like the dandelion burdock or the milk thistle? Would we stay on throughout the festive season?
Again, yeah, for best results.
For best results, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just stay
if
on
you
it.
are likely to indulge. Yeah, and I suppose wines are the best choice in the sense of, you know, they would have a certain amount of antioxidant content.
Yeah.
So better than maybe the beers, for example.
Yeah, better than wines. Yeah. It depends what you can take. Yeah, the beers
Yeah,
are.
that's true.
You know, the beers are yeast and so on. But you know, this is really about just accepting that we will indulge, and so we should. But just being ahead and cutting down on the fallout, I guess.
Exactly. Just feeling as well as we can through it all, because we all want to look our best and feel our best.
Absolutely, yeah.
No one wants to come down with the flu, so
Yes.
the probiotic type foods that we discussed as well, you know, they'll be really helpful to keep your immune system functioning optimally too.
Exactly. So the probiotic food, or you could take the probiotic in a powder. You can do it in a capsule. And then you have a new one, fairly new one, and I have to learn up on it, but you might help me out. The rhamnosus.
Yeah.
That's a strain that came along only this year, I think.
Yeah, it's a specific strain, the Rhamnosus GG. So yeah, I mean, it may be useful in cases of respiratory conditions, skin complaints.
Yeah, okay, so respiratory and skin complaints. So if someone has already a compromised, you know, like maybe tends to have IBS or gets really overwhelmed with the stress at Christmas, again, you know, mindfulness is important, bit of meditation and walking and that. But is there a particular strain, or is it just a general? Do you take the acidophilus, or which of the probiotics now would you think would be a good all-rounder?
Yeah, I mean, a good all-rounder, something like our daily probiotic.
The daily.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter capsule or powder, it's equally
effective.
Yeah. And would you take them best lasting at night, or would you take them in the morning, or with your food, or how would you take them?
Yeah, I suppose, you know, as the directions suggest, with your food.
Yeah, with the food. Yeah. Cool. That's really good. What are you going to do for Christmas?
So me, going to be very chilled this year actually. So yeah, family, food, rest.
Family, food, rest.
Yes.
Yeah, very
Lots
good.
of walking with dogs.
Oh yeah, you're a dog person. That's
I
right.
am, I
Yeah.
have 3.
3 dogs. Oh my God. Yeah.
I bring them into every conversation. So. You walked into that one though.
I walked into that one. Yeah, I do. You know, and I'm a cat person, and they walk themselves into every conversation. And usually, if I was at home, they'd be walking right through the camera.
Yeah.
You know, and they do. That's one thing dogs don't do so much. So I just wanted to pick up a couple of these things. Actually, this one here, the Peppermint Oil Plus, is a nice. I think it has some herbs in it as well, doesn't it? So digestive oil. I love them. Caraway, ginger, and the peppermint oil. What would they do mainly for? Is more a stomach thing, or is it more lower?
It might help where people are feeling, you know, they have overindulged, they forgot to do any of the preparation steps that we mentioned, and they need some help.
Yes. So you
that
peppermint
one,
oil
that one
is,
could be useful.
is a real digestive aid, then, isn't it? With the calming, also that wind and bloatedness, which is really the horrible side effect also of Christmas. And then we have another one here. So I'll just show you. This is just a example, and you know we have all different types, but this is the daily capsule, for example. This is like an organic milk thistle drops. Best taken in tincture, huh? Faster. Yeah, I like tinctures as well. And then we have this guy here called Pro Care Professional Formula. So you might tell us, because you know I need reminding myself. You might tell us a little about what's different about this.
Yeah, I mean, with the Viridian probiotics, they are all dairy free.
Oh, very good.
So that really helps for anyone that's maybe vegan, or they might have a dairy intolerance as well,
or allergy even, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and there's a particular strain in this, so it's an acidophilus, but it has a couple of letters behind it.
Yeah, so it just means it's numerated for full, kind of traceability. You know exactly what strain you're getting.
Okay, and so this is just kind of a professional formula, just meaning it's a more potent.
Well, yeah, that one may be more so for the digestive system.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I suppose it could still help with immunity.
Yeah. In general, just there's different strains and different probiotics.
Yeah.
And from my own experience, I would suggest that this is really helpful with people if you may have a nervous tummy, or if you have IBS and that. Now, we're not telling you that this is what you must do. We're just making suggestions here.
Yeah. I have had some good feedback. People do find it useful for digestive discomfort.
Yeah. And maybe if you have a bit of diarrhea or heavy, these kind of nervous bouts. So we have certainly a good selection of different ones, and not only in Viridian, you don't mind, but we do have all different forms as well. We have some liquids, and prebiotic liquids are wonderful. So I'm most of all really hoping that you'll all be enjoying the festive season.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and that you will attend lots of parties, and that you'll have lots of friends over or visit lots of friends, and be safe most of all. And will it snow?
I don't think so.
No.
It's not very likely.
It's not likely. I haven't looked at Paddy Powers.
Yeah, no, I haven't looked either, but I don't think it's very likely. Is it?
It never is really, is it? Yeah. So, well, thank you, Holly.
Yes, thank you.
I guess we'll go downstairs and if
anyone has any questions.
Yeah, and
Merry
we're
Christmas.
also Merry Christmas, exactly. Yeah, it's that time. And if you'd like to come in, we're going to talk a bit about immunity as well and winter wellness. So if you have time, if you're passing by, pop
Please
in.
do.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, we're not that scary.
No, we're not that scary. Well, you're looking very beautiful, I must say.
You. My fringe is hiding my face. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's great. So we'll go down to the shop and we'll meet you all there.
Great.
And
See you soon.
otherwise, see you when we see you. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.